Right, we've got a very special feature for you today. Here we are back out on the Strom, trying to wend our way through the back streets of Leicester, reasonably successfully. But we're on a slightly different Strom today. Because rather than my old faithful, we're on the brand new DL1000 ABS for a little test ride. Suzuki, bless them, sent me a letter saying, would you come and have a go on it? We'd love you to. So I thought, why not? So I did. Sounds very similar. Certain things you notice almost immediately. It's a lot lighter than the old Strom. Manoeuvres much easier. Gearbox is astoundingly good. Engine's fairly familiar, although it's supposedly very reworked. It's also another special day because we're going to do a little bit of vlogging with 2 wheels wide. It's supposed to be a better day than this today, actually. It's supposed to be much warmer and sunnier, but it didn't manage to be. The engine's a big improvement on the old one. Having said that, this is a brand new bike. It's only got 400 miles on it, but it is a big improvement. It's very smooth. The handling, it's much quicker steering. Not sure what tyres are on. But on the old Strom you did need to be in the correct gear at all times pretty much, because if you weren't, you get a terrible sort of clattering sound and the bike doesn't want to go forward. Gearbox is absolutely amazing. The dash, as you'll see, is very different as well from the old Strom. Got a big analog rev counter, great big digits for the speedo, and a gear indicator. There's no excuse for not knowing what gear you're in ever again. There's all sorts of information. The traction control, you've got off, 1 and 2. It's currently on 1. How warm it is, look at that, 17 degrees. It's summer, people. Engine temperature, it's got some of that. Fuel, it's got some of that. View out the mirrors is good, you can see behind you. That might sound a silly thing to say, but on the original Strom you couldn't really, unless you bought things called mirror extenders. Not fender extenders, got one of those too. But the mirror extenders, so that you could actually see something other than your elbows. With this you can adjust it out a little bit more. That's actually very good. Well thought out. It's got a very pretty top yoke nut as well. Don't know if you could see that, but it's lovely. It's golden, all starry shaped. Riding position, I'm not quite, it's very similar to the old Strom, but it does feel, it feels a little different somehow. Oh, I've got a crotch rocket ahead. Wonder if we can get through on the lights. A little bit vibey, it's a little bit vibey. Is it more vibey than the old one? I'm not sure. Buffeting a little bit. But it's nowhere near as bad as the original Strom was out of the box. Okay, so now we're going to be very radical and we're going down the closed road. The road of closure. Because I believe it won't be closed, particularly to a Strom, probably even to a car. In the bends, fairly planted actually, pretty good. More feeling than the original Strom. brakes are astoundingly good. There's a little bit of water. Don't you come through there, sunshine. Here we are riding with 2 wheels wide. The VFR strumpet for the world. Boom. I missed that. But it was a good test of the suspension. The suspension tested well. It coped admirably. Right, so we're going to go out and do one of my favourite bits of road. Anybody who's watched my videos before will have seen this. But it's just a good test of the new Strom. See what she's like. See how she handles things. She does trickle out of junctions very well. Very nice, very forgiving. Front end's a little bit bouncy, whether you can dial that out, because she does have a lot of suspension adjustment. But it just feels a little bit harsh, a little bit sharp. Slightly bouncy, probably wants a little bit more damping dialing in. But oh. Just bounce you out the seat a little bit. A little bit of shake through the bars there on the change of direction. A lot less engine braking, but that could be down to the slipper clutch that this also has as well. On the original Strom you come barreling into something fairly quickly and come down the box. That would have it locking up, but she doesn't. It's slightly nervous. Or well too slow through there. So generally speaking, what do we think of the new V-Strom 1000? It's pretty good. The engine is peach. The gearbox is fantastic. And I'm just going to let you have a little glimpse here of 2 wheels wide. There he is. There he goes. So how does the Strom compare to a VFR 800? Let's see how she goes. Keeps up reasonably well there. If he can fit, I can fit. So I had a nice little ride out on the new Strom today. It's pretty good. Verdict, would I buy one? Well, no. Not at the money they're asking. £10,000 for one of these, it's a bit steep.